Hello, welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. It has been a long, nerve-wracking day, and I am only just now getting around to recording. It is after 8 o'clock in the evening, and I've been putting it off all day. I was joking in the last couple of Vlogmas episodes about the lack of excitement in my life, and in the last day and a half I've had more excitement than I've either anticipated or wanted. I have been feeling a little bit under the weather the last few days. It's kind of come and gone, nothing specific, just a general sense of just not feeling 100% well. And then yesterday I had what felt like the beginnings of an ear infection. I thought, okay, that makes sense. That kind of being a bit tired and little bit achy. Okay, that explains it. So any other time I would just kind of wait it out and see if it took care of itself or just see how things are. But of course, we're living in the days of COVID, and so I called my doctor's office to see how I should proceed. And I was advised that first thing I should do is get a COVID-19 test to eliminate that as a factor. And then she set up an appointment for tomorrow with my doctor. So, yesterday I had the dubious honor of driving to the testing site and having a giant Q-tip shoved up my nose. It is not comfortable. I do not recommend it. And then I had to phone Cameron and let him know, and he needed to come home and work from home until I got my results. And while I was fully confident initially that I did not have COVID-19, as the hours dragged on, I started to second guess myself a lot and worry and do the what if dance. When I got up this morning, my discomfort was more concentrated in my sinuses. I had a headache. And today of all days has been the one I've sort of felt the worst. So I've just taken it easy and did a lot of knitting, had a nap, and kept checking my online health test results, umpteen times. And finally, around 5:30 this evening, I got them and they were negative, as I had expected. But even so, it was a huge relief. What I suspect I have is an upper respiratory infection. I'll talk to my doctor tomorrow, see what she has to say, and see where to go from here. But at least I know I don't have COVID-19. That was part of the whole thing. Now, where would I have gotten it? Because we have not been anywhere, not in close contact with our son and his fiance or anyone else that we know that has it. So that was part of the whole thing going through my mind is, okay, where would I have gotten it? And Cameron, he doesn't have any sign of it, and all of those things. So anyway, good news. I can sleep better tonight knowing that. But I just didn't want to record today until I knew one way or the other, because I just didn't feel like I could go on and be all chipper when I wasn't really feeling that inside. The upside of that is, because I've been really taking it easy the last couple of days, I've got lots of knitting to share with you. And I have managed to hold off all day on opening up my Day 9 mini. So I'm going to do that too. I've already decided that I am not going to do a regular episode this week. I'm just going to try and get some rest and get better. I don't need to put that pressure on myself. But if you've been watching Vlogmas, you're kind of caught up on all that stuff anyway. So let's move on to some knitting and other yarny goodness. So I have knit day 8's mini into my cowl, but I have not yet added them to my socks. So I didn't bother bringing those in to show you. So this color, as I was knitting up, it's hard to see it here, but it's almost like a dark tealy blue and that mauvey color and then a little bit of that bright pink. So I'm really, really curious what day 9 has in store. So let's see. There's always the rattle, rattle, rattle. Okay. I like doing it this way, so it's a surprise for both of us at the same time. Ready? Ooh, what a pretty color. And the light seems to be catching it really, really well. Oh, that's gonna look so nice. I was wondering if it would be a tealy blue or what. So yes, look how pretty. Fortunately, this mauvey pink is not filming very well, but this turquoise, it looks perfect. Oh, I cannot wait then to start working with that. So that's what I plan to do with what's left of my evening, is wind my mini, do a little bit of Advent project knitting, because I have been knitting on gifts mostly the past couple of days. So I do have quite a bit of progress on my brother-in-law's socks. So there you go. I think I have about maybe an inch or so left to do before I do the heel. And I had thought that this pattern was a heel flap and gusset sock, but it is actually a short row heel. And I also, in looking through things, realized that the first pair of socks I ever knit for my brother-in-law, I used this pattern only in a fingering weight yarn. So as far as I know, the short row heel fit him okay, and so I'm just going to proceed and do them as they're knit. So yeah, plugging my way through those. And then I also cast on my grandson's hat. And yesterday felt very unproductive because I cast it on and I knit the ribbing, and then I thought it was too big and I took it out and recast on and chose a different pattern. And so by the time I went to bed last night, I think I only had, maybe I had a few rows of the hat itself done, but not much more than that. So today I do have a little more to share with you. I switched to the Barley Light by Tin Can Knits. So it's basically just a plain stockinette hat, except it has this section of garter stitch that goes in the front. I thought that would be a little bit more interesting to knit and also add a little bit of interest to the hat. So I really like the way this Croy yarn is knitting up. It's the same yarn I'm using for my brother-in-law's socks. It's the Croy FX by Peyton's. But this one is definitely more interesting because the colors actually some color change as opposed to just different shades of like blue. So that's what I've been working on. I'm using my little stitch marker that came with my Holiday Minis collection. I didn't need it for any of my Advent projects, but I get to use it for some gift knitting, so I'm happy about that. And then speaking of Fiberknit Dye Works, I had another delivery today, and I actually have several things ordered from Lisa that are coming in different shipments, but my first one came today. I was so happy to snag a skein of her sugar plumbed colorway, and I had to set the timer for the time of the update and wrangle my way into a skein. I actually had a different base in my card, and then it disappeared, and I was able to snag the bronzed sparkle. It's not super sparkly. It's hard to tell. I think you catch the odd glint of light. Anyway, I think this is one of her most beautiful colorways that she's done. I was so excited when she showed it off on her podcast, which is 90% knitting for those who may not know. I highly recommend it. And as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to have a skein. So I've actually ordered a mini to go along with this. She was knitting a pair of sample socks and used her Merlot colorway for heels. So I've ordered a mini in that color and several other minis to match some other colorways that I've either ordered or already own. And they should be coming within the next couple of days too, because I ordered them just a day or two apart. So, yeah, I'm going to save this for now, because if I cast it on, I know I'm going to want to work on it, and I have to get this gift knitting done. I still have Cameron's almost a whole sock to still knit for him too. I also, because you can't just order one thing, it's not worth the shipping. You know how that goes. I ordered this gradient skein, and this is unfortunately probably not showing up as kind of fluorescent-y pink as it is here. The middle part is quite bright. This is more of a mauvey pink, very similar. No, I was going to say very similar to these, but it's actually not similar really to either of the colors that's in this cowl. Anyway, it's really pretty, and it is sparkly too. I thought that would make a nice scarf, and I have some pink yarn that I thought might be about the same color to just maybe do a nice bright hat. I'm not sure that it is the same, but I might try and find something and make it just a nice bright pink hat to wear when I wear my black jacket. Anyway, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, so I should probably sign off before I do. It's not going to happen. I can feel it coming. No, I've managed to suppress it. So anyway, I do plan to record at least a little segment tomorrow showing you my Advent mini for the day. But yeah, I might be going not completely absent, but a little bit quiet for the next few days while I work on getting better. So I hope you're all well, and I hope you all had a good 9th day of December, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And here's the sky to the west, equally as beautiful. So many beautiful colors. Almost looks like the sky's on fire.